Listen, I have not come to talk to you about sleep. I have come to talk to you about awakening, because sleep is not merely a bodily event. Sleep is a doorway of consciousness, and the day you truly understand sleep, you will also understand death. You ask, when the body sleeps, where does the soul go? This question is not naive, it is ancient. It is the same question that stirred the mind of the Buddha, that echoed in the Upanishads, that arises in the heart of every human being who genuinely wants to awaken. First, let me break a fundamental illusion. The soul does not go anywhere. That which goes is not eternal, and that which is not eternal cannot be the soul. The soul is not a prisoner of space. The soul is not a servant of time. The soul simply is. But why do you ask this question at all? Because you believe, I am the body, I am the mind. And when the body falls asleep, fear arises. Where did I go? Understand this deeply. In sleep, the body sleeps. In dreams, the mind remains active. In deep sleep, even the mind dissolves into rest. Yet still something remains awake. That which remains awake has been called the soul by the seers. If it were not awake, how would you say in the morning, I slept deeply? Who witnessed that deep sleep? If you had completely disappeared, how would there be the memory that the sleep was peaceful? Memory arises from the witness, and the witness never sleeps. Consider this image. A man sleeps deeply at night. A lamp is burning in the room. In the morning he says, I saw nothing. Yet the lamp burned all night. The eyes were closed, so there was no scene, but the light was present. The soul is that light. The body is the eyes. The mind is the scene. When the body sleeps, the eyes close. When the mind sleeps, the scene disappears, but the light never goes out. Therefore I say, sleep is not the absence of the soul. Sleep is the pure presence of the soul. In waking life, you are entangled. Thoughts, desires, fears, memories. The soul is covered by layers. In deep sleep, those layers fall away. That is why deep sleep feels so peaceful. You say, I feel great bliss in deep sleep. Why? Because there is no ego, no anxiety, no I. And where there is no I, the soul reveals itself naturally. But remember, you do not know it then. Why? Because knowing requires awareness. In deep sleep, the soul is present unconsciously. In meditation, the soul is present consciously. That is why the Upanishads say, deep sleep is the shadow of samadhi. Now understand this subtle truth. The soul does not enter sleep. You dissolve into the soul. All day you live outward. At night you return inward, but unconsciously. Meditation is the same return inward with awareness. You may now ask, is the soul free in sleep? Yes and no. It is free from bondage, but not aware of its freedom. It is like reaching heaven while asleep. Heaven is there, but you cannot see it. That is why you wake up and the same world returns. If you could live that state while awake, you would be liberated in this very life. Now let us move deeper. What is a dream? When the body sleeps, the mind awakens. And when the mind awakens, it creates images. These images are called dreams. Dreams are not the soul. Dreams are the language of the mind, and the mind is only the shadow of the soul. What you suppress during the day emerges at night. Unfulfilled desires, unfaced fears, unlived emotions. Dreams are not garbage, they are signals, but the mind speaks in symbols, not facts. That is why I say, dreams are the poetry of the mind. Now the question arises, when dreams are happening, where is the soul? The soul is behind the curtain, silent, still, a witness, like a spectator watching a play. The actors cry, laugh, run. The spectator simply watches. The soul is the spectator. The mind is the drama. The problem is, you have forgotten the spectator. You have stepped onto the stage. That is why dreams feel real and frightening. If fear arises in a dream, understand this. You are trapped in the mind. If one day you dream and simultaneously know this is a dream, that moment is the seed of awakening. In Tantra, this is called dream awareness. Listen to this story. A disciple told his master, I have terrible dreams. The master replied, good. The disciple was shocked. The master said, at least your mind is no longer hiding its lies. By day you are civilized. By night the mind becomes naked. Dreams feel disturbing because they show you the truth. Now another deep insight. Dreams do not lead you to the soul. They free you from the mind. When you learn to watch dreams, their power diminishes, and the day dreams fall silent, deep sleep becomes pure. When the mind also sleeps, what remains? Only the soul. That state the Upanishads call sushupti, but you are not there yet. You are still wandering in the forest of dreams. So I say, do not fight dreams, witness them. What is witnessed slowly loses its grip. When the mind becomes silent, the soul appears clearly. For now, you only sense its fragrance. In deep sleep, you are blissful but unaware. In meditation, you will know that bliss. That is the difference. Now hold this sutra in your heart. Dreams cleanse the mind. Meditation reveals the soul. One who understands dreams becomes ready for meditation. Now we enter a realm where words hesitate. Deep sleep is an experience, not a thought. Yet I will speak because sometimes words become fingers pointing to the moon. You have experienced deep sleep. No dreams, no thoughts, no desires, no I. Yet in the morning you say, I slept deeply. It was peaceful. Who says this? If there was nothing, who knew the peace? This question shook the sages thousands of years ago. In deep sleep, the mind rests completely. The mind is the one that questions and reasons. When the mind is absent, knowledge is absent, yet experience remains. The Upanishads call this experience ananda, bliss. But this bliss is not yours. You are dissolved in it. Like a stone submerged in a river, it is cool but does not know it is cool. Deep sleep refreshes you because all false burdens fall away. Name, identity, roles. What remains is your original nature. But recognition is missing. That is why Buddha said, sleep is liberating, but not liberation. Now understand the difference between sleep and death. Both drop the body and the mind. Only one difference. From sleep you return, from death you do not. But for the awakened one, even death becomes a return. Because now he knows, I am not the body, I am not the mind. Thus, one who understands deep sleep stops fearing death. Now hold this deeply. Deep sleep is your nature. Awakening is your potential. In sleep, you are what you truly are. In waking, you are what you have become. Meditation is the meeting of both, the peace of sleep and the light of awareness. That union is called yoga. Beyond yoga lies yoga nidra. Yoga nidra is not a technique, it is a state. In ordinary sleep, you lose awareness. In meditation, you retain awareness. In yoga nidra, the body sleeps, the mind rests, but the witness remains awake. Like a house where all lights are off, windows closed, yet an inner lamp burns. Yoga nidra burns the seeds of desire and fear. It is not rest alone. It is purification. How does it come? Not by force, not by effort, only by remembrance. When you lie down to sleep, release the body completely. Watch the breath, do not control it. If awareness survives as the body falls asleep, a miracle happens. You see the body asleep, you see the mind asleep, yet you remain. This is Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra is training for conscious death. Death is not frightening, unconscious death is. Yoga Nidra teaches conscious dying. One who learns to die consciously never truly dies. Now remember this final sutra. Sleep teaches the body how to die. Meditation teaches the soul how to be immortal. And now no conclusion is needed. Silence is enough. If you can rest in this silence, you will understand. When the body sleeps, the soul is at home. More present, more clear, more itself. The soul never went anywhere, only you forgot it for a while. Now go, but do not go, because what is understood never leaves. I am here, in your breath, in your sleep, in your awakening. And remember, when the body sleeps, the soul rests in its own home.